Right, so I watched like the first 20 seconds of this video and I thought, you know what? Because I wasn't going to watch it. So basically, how I come across some of these videos is I'll just be on YouTube and certain videos will pop up on my feed. And I will generally, start to watch them, or, like I said, don't watch content, listen. I'll be attempting to listen to the content. I think, nah, this is actually worth a response. This isn't just for entertainment. I can make a response video out of it. So yeah, I clicked on the video, not thinking it was going to be anything special. I mean, it might not be nothing special, you never know. But what I heard in the first 20 seconds, I thought, this could evolve into a good reaction video. So I thought, all right, I'm not going to watch it. I'm just going to react to it. Let's go.
You mentioned that you've now changed some of the places you go to.
Yeah.
You mentioned hanging around Knightsbridge. So I'm going to assume that.
So obviously, I don't know what point he's going to allude to. But what I'm saying is, once you start earning a certain amount of money, you change the places that you go to. It's not because you're being a snob. Listen, when you become successful, when you've got stuff to lose, you can't be going to them ghetto-ass house parties or some fucking barbecue in the middle of some park in Brixton or Stockwell or Peckham, blood. Because there's going to be people there that you're going to be standing next to that have nothing to lose. And it might not even be them who's the problem. It might be the people that come to the function looking for them that is the problem. There's a girl that used to be like a Black Lives Matter activist. Yeah, she got hit with a stray, disabled. This is what happens when you're around certain people. Yeah, that's why when you get money and that, you're just going to naturally want to distance yourself from certain people so you don't get hit by a stray.
That you've made more money than you made when you was
in my whole life.
Had £800 van.
Yeah.
You've now changed your lifestyle a bit. So Ken is still the same.
Yeah.
But obviously you've now afforded the luxury to be in different places. Now, in those different places that you're going to, I know I can only talk for you, Ken.
Yeah.
Would you now say that the women that you're finding in these places and settings you go to, now, what demographic would you say these women tend to be? So when you're in nights...
Not black. Not black. Yeah. Listen, let me just explain something right now. And I know we're only 20 seconds in. 28 seconds in. A lot of... It's women that do this. They shame men. Yeah, black men. Women say, why when a black man gets money, why does he go for a white woman? I tell you why. When you get a certain amount of money, you're going to be around a certain set of people. And people usually date within their social class or their social demographic and that. So if your social class or your social demographic is of a certain caliber, well, unfortunately, people that look like me don't fit into that high caliber. The only types of women that fit into that high caliber in this country is women that look like this wall. Yeah? So that's why a footballer that gets money or some, multi-millionaire entrepreneur, whatever and that, the reason why typically they'll go and date, a woman that looks like this is because they've reached a certain level, and the only types of women that are at that level are women that look like this. Yeah, like you will have women say, why is that brother there? He's a banker. Why is he only dating white women and that? If a man is a banker or a stockbroker, yeah, like I said, people date within their demographic, people date within their sort of workplace, yeah. A lot of people, they find their boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife and that from their workplace, yeah. If a man is working in corporate London, working in the city, for the most part, most people that work in corporate London, most people that work in the city are non-black, yeah. So right then and there's going to be hardly any black people in general, let alone women. Now, what's the chances of him working with a black woman that he's actually going to find attractive and get along with? Like, the odds are very low. So that's why a lot of successful black men that have good corporate jobs and that, they date within their fucking workplace and then they end up with a white woman because the women that they have to pick from are white. It's got nothing to do with, forgetting the sisters and that.
Bridge. Okay, and you're having your coffee. Because what it is that sometimes we have this issue when we see men who make money. Yeah. And sometimes they are dating certain women of a certain hue. Yeah. And some people get upset. Now I'm asking you, Ken, because I can only use you. We're talking to you, Ken. So this is not for every black man who's made money. Yeah. The social settings that you're going into, I want to ask you straight, how many black women are you finding there? Now, bearing in mind that there's black women everywhere in the world. So sometimes in London, so you couldn't use an argument to say, oh, I'm only seeing black women in Knightsbridge. That's no white women in Knightsbridge. That's why I'm only dating.
He didn't even respond to it. He just went, psh. Let's see his face.
You find in there. Now, bearing in mind that
he's thinking
there's black women everywhere in the world. So sometimes in London, so you couldn't use an argument to say, oh, I'm only seeing black women in Knightsbridge. That's no white women in Knightsbridge. That's why I'm only dating white. Not saying you only date white. But those places you go to, and the places you now eat, or the places you now drink, because now you being a millionaire, I'm going to say that you need to separate yourself from a certain audience. And this is going to sound very classist, but unfortunately there are vultures out there.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't go. You can't maybe go and pull up to a bar in Brixton in your McLaren. No, because the moment you do that, there's going to be your target.
Yeah, I'm a target. Yeah, easy.
So I'm asking you now, how much black people generally do you see in the places you now frequent? I forget even women now, just black people in general.
1%.
And this is
my point exactly. I have not seen this. But this is why I'm Jay Wise. Yeah? A man has just confirmed my point, just proven my point. I ain't even seen this, because I'm a very observant individual.
This is one thing we don't.
It's like a black man moving to Colville, which comes under the county of Leicestershire, yeah? So it's like one of the tenants in Colville said that Leicester City is like, I don't know, a 30-minute drive or something like that. Colville, which comes under the Leicestershire county, which is 30 minutes away from Leicester. I went there one time. They sent me up there to do some work a couple of years ago. Yo, the first time I went there, I didn't see no black people. I didn't see anyone of color. The next day I went there, I saw one African woman and one Asian man. That's it. If you sent a black man out there and said, right, find a black woman in this area, yo, he's going to be struggling. He's going to have to go and date a white woman. It's all about your environment. What, is he supposed to drive to the ghetto and find a chick for what? What if she don't want to move up to them size there?
It's 1%. I'm not going to lie to you. I see, okay, this is what I mainly see. A lot of Arabs and a lot of white and Russians. That's it. And Chinese. That's it. And yeah, I've done with it.
And my thing is, when you frequent those sort of places, and this is not an excuse.
Right. It's not an
because
excuse.
remember, you can still go to Brixton or Peckham if you want to go and find a black girl.
No, but you shouldn't have to. And that's the thing, yeah. Yo, listen, when you make £1 million, yeah, when you're a millionaire, yeah, and you're of a certain caliber, you fixed your life. Why the hell are you going to want to get some ratchet girl from Brixton that if you breed her up and your child goes to the grandma's house, which is the girl's mum's yard, you're going to have to be worrying about the door getting kicked through because hopefully it's the police, yeah, looking for the uncle, which is your girl's brother that's still living at home at 29 years old, wheeling and dealing. You're lucky if it's the police. If not, it might be goons. Yeah? So, no, I ain't a millionaire yet, but I will be soon. Yeah? I'm not going to be looking for no black girl in Brixton. What for? What the hell? Listen, I want my child, yeah, when they go to grandma's, I want them to be in a safe environment. They can be in a poor environment because it doesn't matter. But I want it to be in a safe environment. And you know what? Even that saying a poor environment, it's not even that, the child goes back to a council house or goes to a house where the people don't have that much money. It's not even that. It's the mindset behind the people. I don't want my child being around grandma or granddad or the stupid uncle. I don't want none of them poisoning my child's mind and saying, yeah, well, you know, black people, we have to work twice as hard as the people them that look like this wall. Yeah. There's a glass ceiling. Yeah. The sky's the limit, but the glass is the ceiling. Yeah. You ain't gonna get as far as certain other people, and that life's a struggle. Yeah, the oppressors them are keeping us down. Bullshit. I don't want no one like that around my child, blood.
So let's be. I get yes and no, but there are black women everywhere.
There's black women everywhere.
But
in those places, it's a 1%.
Remember,
and I don't know why it's like this.
Remember before, 10 years ago, I used to...
It's like this because people that look like us, people that look like me, were not high achievers, were not successful people.
The role with remember I told you, a black Arab guy who lived in that area, and every time we go like parties and that, and we would go to like clubs, it was literally us two in certain places would be like the only two black guys, and literally, my man used to pay me to party with him. Like,
wow.
Yeah, because
that's sad. Pay him to party with him, you know.
He wanted me to watch him as personal security, but he would hire personal security, and my job was to watch them.
Yeah.
So that
Watching them.
so he could get drunk, but I was his eyes.
Okay.
So I'll get paid like to literally roll with him for 3 hours, 150.
Wow.
Now, would
Their
you,
man would be, you get me? Their man would be doing the work.
would you say then, you know, sometimes we always talk about when people leave the hood,
Yeah.
and leave the ends,
Yeah.
okay. Obviously, you've made money. You've made money. You've decided to move out to certain places.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, one's going to say now that you've now stepped into a different class bracket because even though you're still Ken, you're going to find that I'm going to believe that the way you look at life's changed a bit now.
Definitely.
Some of the things which you did when you was younger, you probably look now and think like, I can't believe I did that. Even some of the way you see some of your mates behave, you may have to step aside from some of them, not because they're not your friends, but what they're still doing maybe is not in line or aligns with what...
That's already...
They have not evolved. There's certain people, they have not evolved. They've just aged. There's certain men I know, they're still on bullshit. There's certain men I know, they have not achieved anything. Okay, they got a couple kids in that, but they have not evolved. They're still at 31 years old, 32 years old soon. They're still watching videos about, you know, like Miami the Kid, just vlogs, man just walking around chatting to gal. I don't get it twisted. It's funny seeing the guys, you know, approach gal and that, but like, yo, man's watching like a little 22-year-old youth's lifestyle and that. Fam, I need to grow up, blood. Man, I've been to a man's house and they watch Mad Unks and Moolah Juice. Who the fuck would watch that nonsense?
with what you do, and also, how do you?
That's already happened.
How do you keep people around you who are not maybe doing as well as you? So, for instance, you might have friends who maybe are working in Sainsbury's. Once again, I've worked in Zara, Carrefour, I've done cleaning jobs.
I'm not hanging around with no one that works in Sainsbury's.
When I mention these things, I'm not saying it because I'm
done
trying to
everything.
demean it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that these are some of the jobs that some of your friends may be doing. Now, you being a guy in your McLaren, how do you, like, are you still down with the homies? I want to know, are you still down with the homies? So can we still go to, can I still say to you, Ken, we're going to go to, I don't know, Rum Kitchen in Brixton and go for some food and drinks. Are you still down with us, Ken?
Yeah, I'm down with the homies, but the homies are not down with me.
Okay.
I'm down with the homies, but
why do you say that?
I see myself as a popular loner. Like, since I've been in a different mindset and I've moved on and I'm in a different kind of category, a lot of my friends have distanced themselves from me. And I only have probably, like you've probably seen it, one friend that he's seen, Simon, that I go gym with, and that we've maintained relationships since we were 15. That was it. The rest of my friends are all new people that, unfortunately, that are just in the same kind of background, well, the same kind of wealth category and as me, and these are new friends. My old friends, they're not cool with me.
And this is the problem I find, because I've always said that.
He said his old friends are not cool with him. There's conflict. Did you notice he said, yeah, his friends have distanced themselves from him. He didn't distance himself from them. They distanced themselves from him. I told you, when you evolve, when you grow, when you start to achieve, the people around you will not like it, because who you are today is how you must be, is who you must be in 10 years' time. And I give you the analogy that I give all the time. How many times, have you gone to a barbecue and seen a family member that you ain't seen in 15 years? The last time they saw you, you was like 10 years old, and they see you at 25, or even if, you know, the last time they saw you, you was 13, and then now they see you at 22. You would have grown a lot. They're like, oh my God, you're big now. I remember when you was down here, I expected you to still be down here. Who you are today is who you must be in 9 years, 10 years' time. That's how people think. So they can't fathom, they can't understand growth. That's just the human mind. Listen, right now, they've got technologies, that they could release, but they couldn't, because people would lose their fucking mind. If a man has dreadlocks one day, and everyone knows him to have dreadlocks for the last 5-10 years of his life, make him shave off all his hair and go into work. Everyone in that workplace will have a heart attack, and they'll be talking about it for the next 5 days. Yeah? Oh my God, he shaved off his hair. It's like blood. Like...
And this is not a fact. I've always said that it's only lonely at the top when you don't bring your people through. Now, I'm not saying it's a fact, but I'm
not bringing no one through. Sorry, guys, I know I keep interrupting, but there's too many gems in this video, or too much for me to react to.
One thing about me, I've always tried to bring people in.
Yeah.
And you can't always do that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
I've
you do,
tried,
but they don't
but
have
No,
the
the
work
thing is,
ethic.
he tried. The
tried.
thing is, he actually tried.
I've
He actually tried.
Mate, I brought all my
bring-
friends to work in my construction company.
Yeah, he tried to bring a couple of
Yeah,
them,
he
yeah,
knows.
and
Like,
yeah, and
all,
they-
like
yeah,
see with
yeah.
me, Chisel will know that
Yeah.
my heart is a heart of gold. I like, I'm regardless of whoever, I'm still Ken. I'm cracking jokes and everything.
You know what it is?
But
When
the
a
thing is,
man don't
people-
believe your vision.
Yeah, and do you know what? They're still used to seeing. Chisel should know. Like,
Yeah,
I was the laughing stock in basketball. Chisel wasn't like. They're still used to seeing.
the
I
old-
just, yeah, they should.
Yeah.
I used to get made fun of like all the time.
Yeah,
Ken with the small hands.
Small hands, yeah.
6'5",
Raise them up
6'1",
straight.
hard.
Are your hands that small though?
His
Wait,
hands are small for his
My
size.
fingers are small.
put your hand up. Hold on.
Fat for his size.
Look at that. But they're chunky. But
They're chunky. But man,
Okay.
but most men we know his size. Always
Yeah,
had
long fingers.
fingers.
I
like,
couldn't pump
yeah,
the ball,
but he
and
just-
I had no hops.
Yeah,
and
small hand Ken.
I used to be the laughing stock of the whole basketball community, and they was like, "Yeah, Ken there, Ken. Oh, he's going to America. He's going to flop. He ain't going to do nothing. Blah blah blah." Which, you know, so they're still used to seeing Ken as the poor Ken, not having stuff. But the minute they see the Ken now, you know, with the lavish lifestyle, he's taller, he's bigger, he gets this and that, he's more successful, and he done it without basketball, he done it without rapping, he done it without all of these stuff. They can't take it. It's like, and they don't want to. Like I've made an attempt, so come and work in my company, come and do this. They work, and then they don't want me to keep telling them you have to do this. You know, and if you're gonna work for me and you're a boy, like. Work is different from you being my boy.
Of course, yeah,
If
yeah.
you're not doing your work properly, I'm
I've
like,
got to
bro,
tell you.
yeah, man, can you do this? And they're like, why is he talking about? I said, no, I'm just telling you, like, the site manager complaining, can you do this? Can you do that? And they're like, oh, I can't work for this guy. And then they leave, and then they start spreading rumors. Ken did this. He talks to me in a certain way. I said, how do you want me to talk to you? Like, other people that don't know that we're friends, that are working for me, if I start giving you favors and start doing this, you know what I'm saying? So, then the conflict starts, and then they start talking bad about me, and obviously I'm not an idiot. I'm gonna confront you and be like, yo, bro, why are you talking this way, blah, blah. And then they'll be like, okay, watch when I see you. I said, do you know what, leave it, forget it, don't work for me. So I probably got like 2 friends like that I've known since I was 15, from friends of 40 people. He knows, we had a big basketball community, right? It was like so many people.
Oh, you said a key word. Popular loner.
I'm a popular loner.
The other day, someone hit me up out of the thing, out of that circle, and one of my really close friends, Justin, he's hit me up, and someone else hit me up and said, "Rah, I clocked that when we do group things, unless it's really, really important, you're not out and about." And I said, "You know what it is here?" I said, "It's nothing personal. It's just where I'm so in my zone, and I feel like, due to how I am as a person, apart from these days, the person probably sees me the most these days is probably Gabriel and Wes, due to recording. And Gabriel comes round at random, and my other boy Speedy, his birthday today. Like me and Speedy go cinema and all of that. But like I've still got my wider network of friends in general. But reason why I don't show up to certain things, where I'll give you an example. So the past 2-3 years here, every single person's birthday there is on earth, whoever I know, I'll either, if I can't make it, I'll shout yeah, happy birthday. I'll try my best to make it. Or if I can't make it, I'll literally say, right, you know what, when I see you, I'm going to give you a bottle of, you know what I mean? I would always try. So recently, like, when people are asking me to things and I'm saying no, they're like, right, why? I'm like, right, it's not personal. I need to focus on my on my stuff and focus on where I'm trying to, what I've planned for the next year and a bit, and what I've written down. Because I'm like, right, when I'm spending my time doing all these things here, when I miss a moment, people take it personal. But I'm like, right, when it was like my birthday, for instance, and it was the festival, it was my first ever like major. Gabriel had work. He had his business running that day. You get me? And it was a busy day for him. Gabriel left his restaurant, came all the way to Watford for 2 hours, drove all the way back to work.
You see, broke people will never understand the grind. They're like, oh, why have you not got time to come to this stupid ass barbecue or this dumb ass party to see the same people 10 years in a row? Broke people will never understand. You know what, work is more important than socializing and having fun. And this is the bullshit you got to deal with in that. I'm so glad, one time I told you lot this before, any of you that have been following me since YouTube days and that. Like, I had an older cousin who was turning 30, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to his birthday party. And I'm glad I did, because basically the reason why I didn't go is because I had the opportunity to install some lights at some little mini market. Basically, it's in Edmonton next to some kebab shop near Bouncers Road. And I thought, oh, you know what? Yeah, I could go to this pub. I thought, you know what? Fuck it. Good, because I don't even talk to none of those family members and that. So what's the point of me wasting my time, not earning money when I can earn money, yeah? And then I don't even talk to those family members no more. Fucking, these people will never understand, man.
They're man who, oh yeah, my guy,
Yeah.
all didn't show up.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? It's personal now.
Yeah.
And apparently I'm going to watch this and see it. But I was like, it's personal now. Because I'm like, when it's all your things, I'm always there.
Yeah.
When it comes to me, it's like, Chisel will be all right. There's always going to be people there.
Yeah,
but in my head, it was like, I didn't care about if it was 2,000 people.
Yeah.
I cared about it was just you lot that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
So once that's happened now, I've started to move a bit kind of different. And, you know, like, indirectly, I think, like when my mum passed, I started to think, let me spend more time with people and give more people my time and value. So that's why every single birthday I'll try and show up, boom, because you never know when. And when that's happened now, it's kind of made me feel a certain way where I'm just like, like you lot are meant to be there, like, you know what I mean? Like, so before, years ago, like I remember like when my ex-girlfriend, she said something in relation to her friends missing a key moment where she took it personal. I used to think to myself, like, why are you taking it so deep? And I realized that, sometimes you only want to be around these few people, and when they're not there at that moment, you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just focus on my thing. So it's like now, if someone's like, it's my birthday today, I'll be like, if I got something to do, I'm not going to cancel it. I'm going to focus on that. Because I'm like, I have to be my own priority. You get what I'm saying? Before,
that's the key to success.
Man. Before I'd always put everyone's thing above me. But now I'm just like, it's not being selfish. I just know where we're at as a unit. So if it's a birthday, happy birthday. If you don't see me, don't take it personally.
Yeah, man, that's it for today, man. Stay where it's done, though.